Tierra here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks for tuning in. Today's soap is a fandom soap, and it is going to be a Stranger Things themed soap. Lots of work going into this guy. If you have never seen Stranger Things, it is a show on Netflix. Sci-fi, kind of 80s themes to it. Very popular. I think we're on the 3rd season now. A little disappointed that the next season isn't coming out any sooner. We have to wait till next year. But let's get started. I'm going to mix up my lye into my oils here and give that a whirl until it is incorporated. And then I'm going to split this in 2 different colors. Alright, so that is now incorporated. And I'm going to split this into a blue bucket and a red bucket. And I'm going off of the TV show's poster. If you Google Stranger Things, you'll see there's lots of reds and blues in their posters. So that's what I wanted to go with on there. Again, if you've not seen the show, you probably won't have any idea what I'm talking about and a lot of these things for the design of the soap. But it's still going to be a really cool soap. Alright, let's split this into, this is Tidal Wave Blue. I don't think Nurture makes this one anymore. I need to get some more blues. And then in this guy, I am going to do some red. I'm going to use up what I have left of this wine red, another color that I think Nurture has discontinued. So there's not much in here. Not much at all. I don't even know why I still have this. Alright, let's add in some Red Vibrance to this. I need to place an order for micas soon. I'm running out of golds and blues. Alright, let's pour. I want to make this really dark. It's going to be a really dark red and blue soap. And then the icing is going to be black. So let's give this a whirl, and then we'll add the fragrance. That is good enough. I'm going to scrape down these bowls and I'm going to add the fragrance. The fragrance is maple waffles. I had a lot of trouble coming up with what to make this soap smell like. I was thinking lots of woody scents, smoky scents, because they are in an area where there are a lot of woods and scary things in woods. But then I was like, I don't know, I'm putting waffles on this soap, so that kind of just fought with each other inside of my head. Oh boy. So yeah, we are doing maple waffles because of the Eggos that have become kind of a pop culture thing with 11 now. If you think of Eggo waffles, you're more likely going to think of Stranger Things. So it's a buttery maple scent. And I was wondering, I don't know how too many people want to smell like maple waffles, but it does smell really good. I'm sure there are people out there that will enjoy that. So let me mix in this fragrance and scrape down the sides of my bowls, and then I'm going to start pouring into my mold. Alright, let's start pouring in these colors. I'm going to pour in about that much of the red, about half of it. Then I'm going to pour in about half of the blue. And then I'm going to come back with the red. The blue. And I'm going to scrape each one of these out, and then I'm going to put a chopstick through it because it's been a while since I've tried doing that. So let's get the chopstick. Alright, so I've got my chopstick and I'm just going to run this around in here a couple times. I really do like this fragrance. I didn't think I would. It doesn't smell too sweet and like mapley. It has a little bit of a smoky note to it and buttery note to it. Alright, now I'm going to get the icing together. And that is going to be black. I was thinking Upside Down and Demogorgons, which is the monsters from the show. Give that a little whack. Let's get the icing together. Alright, getting a little impatient on this icing, but let's see if we are ready to pipe yet. It's still a little runny. but I think I'm gonna just do what I have in this bag and then let it sit. This is taking me forever. I don't usually do piping with regular icing, but I really wanted to get that black dark, and the only way to do that is with a regular icing recipe. So now I have to have lots of patience in order for this to set up. So back to waiting. Alright, let's get back to piping here. Still a little runny, but a lot better than it was. Alright, so I think I talked to you guys about the cruise ship, and then in the last video I also talked to you guys about Grand Turk, and then just to finish it off, tell you guys all about our trip to Half Moon Cay and Freeport in the Bahamas. Those are the other two stops on the cruise ship. The first stop is the not Grand Turk, we already did that. It was Grand Turk. The second stop was Half Moon Cay, and that is kind of like Carnival's private island. They have this little island, no one lives on it. Can't really go visit it any other time unless you get on a Carnival ship, which is really neat because they really have it set up so that you can have one big giant beach party. Anything that you want is at your command. So you can rent private cabanas, you can rent the floating mats, you can go see stingrays. They have lots of bars that if you want to go get drinks. They have a little cookout for you. There's a big giant buffet that they feed you. They had musical towel games and tug of war, potato sack contests. You can rent a catamaran. They go around and do photo ops. You know, they have people who work on the cruise ships dress up, and you can get pictures with them. What else? They just walk around the beach getting you anything that you could possibly want. It was great. We had a very good time. So the sand there was so smooth and it was so hot. It's like a different kind of hot compared to what we get here, where it's like a humid hot. The sun feels different. Like I guess because you're much closer to it, it has a whole different feel to it. And even though it's really hot and beat down on you, the sand doesn't get hot and burn your feet, which is always the case here in Ocean City, Maryland, that if you go to hop on that sand, it's like stepping on hot coals until you get to the water. So that just kind of blew my mind, to be able to just walk all throughout that beach, and the sand was so white and so smooth, and the water so clear. If I showed someone a picture of that water and you didn't see the rest of the beach or anything else that was around it, you could have been mistaken that it was a swimming pool. The water was so blue, so clear, and so pretty. So that was a lot of fun. Bradley did the tug of war contest, and he got on a catamaran with one of my co-workers. So that was a good time. And then after that, you get back on the ship, and our last stop was Freeport in the Bahamas. We didn't really have any plans for Freeport. We just kind of figured we'd get off and walk around. Not much, you know, really stood out as far as excursions of what we wanted to do. So we didn't really plan for anything special. Just wanted to take it easy. Alright, I get the rest of my icing together. It was getting down to the bottom of the bowl. So yeah, we didn't have any plans for Freeport, and we were just going to get off and see what was in the port, which we were a little disappointed because it's just a gated area. There's like a straw market there. There's a senior frogs. You can do a little bit of shopping. But other than that, there really wasn't much going on as far as activities. And we were a little disappointed because we were so used to getting off the ship and being right there on a beach that we're like, no, I want to see water and I want sand. So we had to find something else to do, and we did. Alright, so I've got these waffles here. Look like Eggo waffles. I've used them before. And I'm going to just stick them on the sides of each one of these soaps. So each one has a waffle on it. And then I have one more touch to the top of it. Let's get these waffles in there. Whoops. Take off my glove or I'm just going to stick my finger in it the whole time. So we found an excursion. It was called the Best of the Bahamas and Beach Getaway. And you hop on a bus and they take you around to a couple different shops. One of them was called the Lighthouse Exchange, and I got really excited because it was like candles and soap making and rum cake. I was a little disappointed that it was like melt and pour. I was like, this isn't soap. So I was a little disappointed in that, but it was cool. We got a couple rum cakes, and then they take you to a wildlife reserve. There wasn't much going on in there. We saw like an iguana, a parrot. They talked to you a little bit about the medicinal values of the trees. There was a falcon maybe, or was it a hawk? I wasn't paying attention. And then we got to go hang out at the beach. Unfortunately, it was very, very windy, and it even started to rain. So it wasn't the best of time, but hey, we can say we did it. All right, let me get the blood on these waffles for 11. It's going to represent 11 and her nose bleeds. It's kind of weird, but it's a thing. Alright, so final touch to this is just some red melt and pour that I'm going to just squeeze a little bit on the top so that it runs down. Like that. And do that on all of them. So if I ever had to pick any of the places to go back to on that cruise, Half Moon Cay is definitely a good one, and Grand Turk, I definitely want to return there and spend more time. And that's one of the cool things about going on a cruise is you don't have to pick a particular place to go to and spend your whole vacation. You get to see a couple different places and then you're like, yep, that was a lot of fun, I would go back there. You just experience different places in a little bit of time. And I'm down with that. You don't sometimes you might get tired of spending too much time on one thing, and you get to see all different places in 1 week. So you gotta look at it that way. I think I need to heat my melt and pour up a little bit more. Maybe I do this. There we go. The Bahamas, I don't know if I would return there again. It's probably the second time I've gone, and I don't know. Not my kind of place. But not Freeport, Grand Turk and Half Moon Cay were definitely my favorites. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm going to go put on the last little bit of melt and pour on the ones that I missed there, and I'll bring you back in for a close-up. Alright, so here's a close-up of the waffles now that they're all done. I'm going to let this sit for 24 to 48 hours, and then when it's done I'm going to cut it and I'm going to put on these little Christmas lights on here, and you'll see how it's all going to come together. But let's spray this with some rubbing alcohol.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's see what it looks like.
Ooh.
That's a chopstick swirl. It kind of looks like a hanger swirl. So pretty. Let's see. What's it smell like to you?
Like, oh, interesting. Sweet, but mystical.
It has like a little bit of a spice smell to it.
Yeah. Like an anisette or something like that, star anisette or something like that.
Oh, there we go. There's some
That's
blue.
a cool one.
I like the black icing on top too. Are you enjoying your latte?
Yes, I am enjoying my latte.
Starbucks came out with a juniper latte. And of course, it's like, oh, gotta try it. It's new.
Even if it's garbage.
Even if it says it tastes like an evergreen tree. I think it's citrus and evergreen, and they put like pine sugar on top of it. It's really weird, but we're drinking it. A lot of people had mixed reviews about it. I think someone said it tasted like grass and dirt.
I don't think so.
But
there's so much sugar in here, like sugar-coated grass and dirt.
Juniper is like what makes gin?
Correct, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
Juniper berries make gin.
Yeah, so I guess that can make sense.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'd get it again. I asked the girl what she thought about it and what it tasted like, and she said it tasted like Christmas. So I was like, well, hopefully it's good because I'm getting 2 of them. Alright, so we still have to put on the lights on front of this, but
the coloring of this is so crazy.
Yeah.
It's very yellow right now. Oh. Everything's very yellow because of
that light.
We're cutting and there is no natural sunlight anymore. So, well, natural sunlight.
Does it still look okay?
Oh yeah, it looks good. It just has like a Instagram looking filter on the camera right now.
Right.
It's like, rise.
I think I was talking about Freeport and Half Moon Cay in this video.
Oh, okay.
So what was your favorite part, Bradley?
Freeport or Half Moon Cay? Well, Freeport, Grand Bahama was really fun. I did like, obviously the beach at the end and free drinks. And
they loaded up everything in rum. It was like Kool-Aid and rum.
It was pretty wild. I think my favorite part was you petting that bird. What was that?
There was a parrot. There was a cute little parrot there in the wildlife reserve that he kept putting his head down against the cage and was. It looked like he wanted somebody to pet him, just like behind the ears, kind of like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sat there and he loved all the attention. Everyone else was too scared to pet him. And I was like, I will give you pets.
I will give you pets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cute. And that was Freeport. And then this one, you're also talking about
Half Moon Cay, which is Carnival's Island.
Yeah, which has the Captain Morgan pirate ship bar. That is really cool.
Yeah. Even though the drinks are really, really, really expensive.
Yeah, it's fancy.
When you go on a cruise ship, that's what you get. You pay like $10 a drink.
Mm-hmm. I got burned alive.
You get some fancy like mug, crazy straw, colorful
How many
plastic.
mugs did we get by the end of the day? It was like 6 or something.
Yeah, I was
ridiculous.
like, I don't want these. These look like they're going to be impossible to clean.
Mm-hmm.
So I left them for the cleaning person. Maybe, I don't know.
Probably threw them out too.
Probably.
Probably not any more of these again.
All right. Bradley did get burned.
I got scorched.
The sun is so hot there, like it's direct.
Especially at Half Moon Cay, it really burned. It was like...
I had a cool little sun hat on, so I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's get the embeds for the front of this together. And we're going to put our little Christmas lights on there.
Cool.
So, final touch on this Stranger Things soap is to add the lights. Joyce's crazy lights in her house. If you don't know the story, I'm not going to explain it to you because it's just weird. So I'm just piping on a line that is going to be the string of lights, and then I'm going to put on the soapy embeds that are in the shape of lights because I painstakingly painted every single one of these. And then I'm going to start writing the alphabet on each one because I'm not great at that either. I'm going to start with the green one. Hey Bradley, you want to stick some Christmas lights on? Because like all those Christmas lights over there need to go on those soaps.
Oh my gosh.
Can you do it?
Yes. I'm just going to copy how you have your other ones.
Good job. Smart idea.
Yeah. Okay.
They really look like a string of Christmas lights, don't they?
They do.
Super happy with this. I only did 3 lights because these things, again, were a pain in the butt to make, and I didn't want to sit out and write the whole entire alphabet on a
That'd be a
piece of
little
soap.
extreme, I think.
I think so too, but you know, Joyce in Stranger Things was a little extreme.
Little? It's very extreme.
Alright, so she does all capital letters in black on her wall. We'll have to put a picture on there. So A. I have way too much icing in this bag, but it's okay. C.
ABC?
ABC. I just heard in the news the other day that an airline got in trouble because they made fun of a passenger with the name ABCD, but it's spelled, I don't even remember how it's pronounced, Abacity. Like that was the real name. So now every time I start writing out the alphabet, I'm like,
you're thinking of that?
I think of that poor
Abacity.
girl's name. Abacity. Alright. I'm gonna just take these from over here. And thank you for helping, Bradley.
I'm not enjoying myself.
No?
No, this is tedious. I feel like I'm soap making.
Yeah, this whole entire soap was tedious. But it's fun.
Yeah, that's kind of
I'm
fun.
gonna do one more. You can see
It's funnish, yeah.
my sorry attempt at writing ABC on these. Alright guys.
These embeds were so slippery.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to buy these, they will be on sale December 21st with a restock of the Harry Potter Butterbeer soaps, the Sugar Plum Gumdrop soap, and the Stranger Things soap. So you can go check them out. Yeah. How about that? Hope you guys have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.
The only problem is, guys, you want to be careful because in abundance, guys, they can cause you some other problems. So you want to just be careful.
There's a lot of shots.
Hi.
What is it?
I'm not sure.
I think he wants to pet his head. Yeah. That's what he likes. He says, touch my head. It's a nice. It's a nice animal.
Hello. I'll take you home with me too. Aww.